All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's Brother Shati from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And a big thing right now is, and I'm not going to say his name or where he's affiliated at. But, you got a guy rapping on Masonic floor, just doing extra, and you have a lot of guys in this truth, or who claim to be in this truth, or preach the truth, or just doing a whole bunch of extra. As my old college roommate used to say, doing so much. I was like, so much? He said, yeah, that's twice more than too much. When you should just stick to the truth. Because this truth is powerful within itself. All right? You don't need gimmicks. You don't need rap. You don't need fancy clothes. You don't need a party. You don't need to do any of these extra things just for the truth. Because you got a lot of these guys, they come in with these different gimmicks and schemes in the attempts to woo the people. And you don't need that. As a matter of fact, let me get that word. Let's see if I can get that word. Gimmick. Gimmick. A trick or device used to attain some end. A clever ploy or strategy. Yep. Verb. Gimmick. To rig or set up with a trick or device. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are on. Whether it be fancy clothes, whether it be rapping, doing music videos, selling merchandise such as breakdowns, CDs, shirts. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that's just completely unnecessary. Just let the truth speak for itself. Because when you let the truth speak for itself, it does all the heavy lifting. You ain't got to do all this extra stuff of the garments and the rapping and the music videos and parties. Because as the scripture says in Hebrews, (4 and 11), or is it 4? I think it's 4 and 12. Nope. Yep, 4 and 12. It says, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, meaning the mind. And the thing is, when you hear this word, if you're a person that doesn't like it, it will hold you accountable. Because people who don't like being in order, people who do like doing their own thing, for whatever reason, whether just, which in at the end of the day is just pride. Really, at the end of the day, that's all it is. You just want to do your own damn thing. It's being rebellious. It's being prideful. And we know what the scripture says about pride. Okay? It's hateful before God and man. Let me just get that. Let me just get that. Ecclesiastes 10:7. And it says, pride is hateful before God and man, and by both does one commit iniquity. Why? Because let's go to verse 12 where it says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from the Most High and his heart is turned away from his Maker. Verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore Yahweh brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Right? Because when you don't want to get in order with the word, because it holds you accountable, you start doing other things. When you see this truth as a means of getting rich, see, you're doing your own thing. You're doing, as the scripture says, preaching Yahweh Shai for filthy lucre's sake. I put this on pause real quick. Yeah, sorry, I had to do something real quick, but nonetheless. Yeah, you preaching Yahweh Shai for filthy lucre's sake. But the truth doesn't need that. Just preach the truth. Because as on the other hand, when you preach this truth, for those who do want to get right, this is the most beautiful thing that you can hear in your entire life. It is a beautiful thing. Let me see if I can find a passage on that. Let me put it on pause real quick. All right, this is Matthew 13 and 44. And it says, again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in a field, the which when a man hath found, he hideth, and for joy thereof goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a merchant man seeking goodly pearls, who when he had found one pearl of great price, he went and sold all that he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into the vessels, but cast the bad away. All right, so when you read this passage in the book of Matthew, it's telling you that this truth to certain people is going to be the best thing that they ever heard. And because this truth is so powerful and it gives so much hope and comfort, they're not going to care about anything else. They're going to do whatever it takes. And see, the mere fact that this is what the scripture does, it's automatically going to cause tension between these two people, because you're going to have two groups of people. One group is not going to want to get right for pride's sake. They're going to still want to continue to preach Yahweh Shai out of strife, try to make money off the truth. They're still going to want to eat pork. All right, still want to hit the Hershey Highway for sexual pleasure and many other wicked things. And then you're going to have the people who will just be like, no, I don't want to do that stuff. And I don't want to be around you if you do that stuff. And this is why Yahweh Shai said, no. Said Matthew. They said a man at variance. Matthew 10. Yep, Matthew 10, and I'm going to start at 20. And it says, for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, which is the truth that you represent, that the righteous will represent. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. And it says, let me scroll down. Let me scroll down to 34. And it says, think not that I have come to send peace on earth. Bless you. Think not that I have come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. And this is what the truth does to those that don't want to hear and those that do want to adhere. So you don't have to do anything. The truth does it all for itself. And see here, the men of Great Millstone started from the apostles on down. This is what we do. All truth, no gimmicks. Because the truth does enough. So that's all I wanted to say on this. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.